Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. In this video today, as the title suggests, we're going to be briefly discussing matters pertaining to Thailand labor law with specific emphasis on probation periods for employees working in companies here in Thailand. Excuse me. So the major thing to take away from this video, I think, especially for those coming from a Western perspective, and frankly, especially those coming from American jurisdictions, as this seems to be more prevalent in American jurisdictions than even other Anglosphere jurisdictions or like European jurisdictions. Where I come from originally, Kansas. Kansas is deemed what's called a quote-unquote right-to-work state based on the type of legislation that governs employer-employee relations in that state. Specifically, right-to-work states basically mean, for lack of a better term, it's sort of a euphemism for employers can pretty much fire you at will. It's an at-will employment jurisdiction. So when I was growing up, you had a job, you weren't doing it very well. It wasn't much, there wasn't much the employer really had to go through as far as formality to go ahead and see to it that an individual was fired. In the Kingdom of Thailand, this is pretty substantially different. And it's substantially different insofar as there are rules which govern being able to fire a Thai employee. It's codified in the Thai Labor Code. And within the Thai Labor Code, there's a great deal of information with respect to how employers and employees interact, the rules under which an employee can be fired, and when fired, rules with respect to things like severance, etc. The thing to take away from this video is there is, in many cases, a probation period that an employee must undergo, under which the employer does have a significant amount more latitude with respect to firing the employee than they have after the probationary period is expired. That being said, this is not to say and should not be assumed to mean that even within the probationary period, this sort of at-will employment environment is in existence. Quite the contrary, there are still rules with respect to notice periods on firings, etc. That being said, if one has an employee that's working for them here in the kingdom, they are a Thai national, or a foreign national for that matter. Thai Labor Code covers foreign nationals as well as Thai nationals. But specifically speaking, it does tend to only cover those with work authorization in the kingdom. That being said, and moving forward, those who have employees or those companies which have employees in the kingdom, if you have an employee in the kingdom and you're within the probationary period, the initial 90 days of employment, it's probably a pretty good idea, if you really think that individual is not going to work out on a long-term basis, to get one's ducks in a row. Probably a good idea to contact a legal professional and again get one's ducks in a row with respect to undertaking the necessary steps to go ahead, put that person on notice, and let them go with sufficient time that the least amount of resources are expended on the company's part and the least amount of sort of undue hindrance or undue, it's not so cumbersome on the employee as they have to have time to go ahead and recover and find a new job, etc. So these steps need to be taken. The probationary period is important. But again, there are many, and I've noticed especially in an American context, there are many who simply believe, oh, during probationary period, it's sort of like at-will employment. That's not exactly the case. There's another video on this channel where we discuss notice period and the probationary period having to do with the Thai Labor Code a little more in detail. But that being said, it's gonna really be determined on a case-by-case basis. And the thing to take away from this video is at no point during the probationary period should the employment be viewed as sort of an at-will type of scenario.